Hi, my name is Dan Fifield. I'm the co-founder of the Landing MN. We are a nonprofit organization in Rochester, Minnesota that works with those folks that are experiencing homelessness. Well, I haven't ever experienced it, so I'm talking, as a removed party, but I've seen the struggles that our friends go through. Luckily, over the last 3 years, the resources for them have grown substantially. 3 years ago, we didn't have an overnight shelter. 3 years ago, we didn't have a day center. So now they have both an overnight facility and a day center. In fact, they have 2 day centers that they can choose from right now. So being homeless in Rochester has become, I'm not going to say easier, but they have more resources that are easily accessible to them.
Yeah.
Well, we started out as a street ministry, a street outreach, working with the individuals that were living in the skyways, sleeping in the parks, things of that nature. And just due to the pandemic, the day center was opened under the leadership of the city. We ended up taking the contract over from them and have expanded those services. Right now, today, we offer them clothing. We offer them 3 meals a day. We offer them medical care. Right now, 5 out of 7 days a week, we have a doctor that's on site 3 days a week. We have paramedics that are there 2 days a week. And starting again next month, we'll have nursing students there 2 days a week. So I guess really, if you want to look at it, we'll have medical care there 6 days a week. And those services will be expanded as well. They can get haircuts. They can do legal appearances. We have a legal Zoom, a legal kiosk where they can get hooked up with their legal matters. As I said, the medical. The one thing that we don't have, that we were trying to figure out at some point in time, is dental, because that's the big issue and it's a big health concern as well. So, but if they need clothing, if they need to get assistance with housing, we can get them on the HMIS housing list. We can help them find housing. We've got a social work navigator and a social worker on staff, so we can do that as well. Well, so from our perspective, let's take a look at the clientele that we work with. Probably some of the kindest, most caring people that you've ever run across in your life. They would literally give you the shirt off their back if they could. They're very misunderstood. But a large majority of our clients have mental health issues. They have physical health issues. They have addiction issues, either chemical or alcohol. So to just exist on a daily basis is a struggle at best. We don't deal with folks that have just lost their job because of a pandemic. Let's just look at it that way. It's not Joe and Susie who were servers at a local restaurant. The restaurant closed down. They ran out of money. They lost their apartment. They're living at a friend's house right now. Those are not the clients that we see. We see the individuals that are unable to sustain a household, unable to sustain a job. They don't know where their next meal is coming from a lot of the times. They don't know where they're going to sleep. A lot of the individuals we work with have social anxiety disorders, things like that, paranoia, schizophrenia. So the shelter settings, overnight shelter settings aren't real good for them. So we'll have people that wander the streets all night, because at night you fall asleep, you're more apt to get robbed, you're more apt to get assaulted, and they'll come to us and they'll sleep on the floor. Well, it's, the grace that the Lord showed us, the blessings that He's given us to do this are always a surprise. I guess they shouldn't be, but it's been a blessing. But to see I think the biggest surprise is the resilience of some of the folks that we work with. They just keep plugging and they don't quit surviving, and that's what they're in, is survival mode. They don't have that bandwidth right now to think, okay, I need to get a job. They have the bandwidth of, where am I going to sleep tonight? Where am I going to keep my stuff so it doesn't get stolen? And where's my next meal coming from? Or how am I going to stay away from the police, for that matter? I think that's probably the biggest surprise, is just the resiliency of the people that we work with. There's a lot of different things that you can do, from drives to, penny drives. It takes, right now we're self-sufficient. We are having to cover a very large payroll for a small organization. And soon we're going to have to be making mortgage payments and things of that nature. Monetary donations, save your nickels, dimes, and quarters. Throw them in a big jar, and have a challenge between groups or something. Do something fun like that. We really are generally always really good with food, because we have a lot of donations. I'm not saying don't do that, but single-serve food items. If they want to do a food drive for things like that, ravioli cups, macaroni and cheese cups, things like that, they can get involved. Periodically, we have camp cleanups, where we go out and physically clean up a campsite that's been abandoned. If they have parental permission, they can come out and participate in that, things of that nature. I think one of the biggest things that your kids should know is that they need to be aware of the fact that in the Rochester Public School District, in any given school year, they'll identify anywhere from 400 to 700 school-age children that are literally homeless within Rochester. So if you see a friend or somebody that or a classmate that comes in and they wear the same clothes for a couple of days, don't pick on them, don't make fun of them. Talk to them, find out what's going on in a nice way, because it may very well be that they're living in the back of the minivan, or they're living in grandma's basement, or something like that, and they don't have that availability to do laundry, or their clothes are in storage somewhere, things like that, because there's a big unseen population of homeless individuals within Rochester that we don't even see and work with. We work with single adults, 18 and older. We don't work with the school age or 18 below population. We don't work with the families. We'll see them periodically, but we don't work with them. But be aware of if somebody presents or looks different than you, there's probably a very good reason why. So, bullying is not a good thing. Don't make fun of them. Be their friends. That's what Jesus wants you to do. That's what we do. People ask how we spread the gospel. Well, it's not by banging a Bible over anybody's head. We love them unconditionally, love these individuals, and they don't get that. They very rarely get that kind of treatment from the general population. Service providers that are in this line of work will provide that, but it's few and far between. So, love those people that you see. Be kind to them, smile at them, because people don't smile at a homeless person sitting on the sidewalk trying to make some money.
Well, share love. Thanks so much for talking with us, Dan. Really appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. If anybody has any questions, they can reach out to us on our website. It's landingmn.org, and feel free to reach out to me directly. So.